Love the film. Great.
Thanks, Oscar.
Have a great time, yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah. Good. I have yet to see it. I hope to see it this weekend at some point.
I think it's my favorite from Guy Ritchie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really, truthfully.
Even more than Snatch?
Even more than Snatch.
Snatch is my favorite.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this one, though, so this might just take the pole position. Are you from New York?
No, Mexico City.
Mexico City?
I came yesterday, yeah.
Oh, wow. Fantastic. Just for this?
Just for
this 5 minutes?
Just for these 5 minutes, guys.
Wow,
but it's worth it. Thank you very much for the...
Name and outlet.
Thank you guys for the interview, first of all. Was this movie that fun to make as it shows on the screen?
It's very good news that it looks like fun on the screen. That's what we're aiming for. But I personally think that filming is a combination of extremely frightening moments interspersed with long moments of tedium. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was... You said that to me on set. You said that it was hours of boredom punctuated by moments of terror. I think it's a pretty great way to describe the acting process. I will say that in the spectrum of experiences that I've had working with Guy, 80% of the time is more fun and 20% of the time punishingly frustrating. Because he can be quite mercurial, you know. He can, you know, you never quite know. You think you know what he's going to like and what he's going to want and respond well to, and you can often be very wrong, and then you have to go back, you know, and reinvent the wheel. But yeah, he's a rascal. He's always, you know, he's always fun to be around as a human being.
Of course, I have my own opinion, but I want to hear yours. What makes Guy Ritchie an original? How can you describe his cinema?
Well, I think he's unusual in terms of British film directors because he's so visual and visually stylish. You know, we've got great film directors, but they tend to be more based on great words, good acting, but quite classical in the shooting. And he was really the first guy to come along and make the camera whiz about, and you know, he comes from advertising and where look is really important, and I personally love that. I think that makes it cinema, whereas there's always a danger with the more classical British directorial approach, which becomes sort of blown up TV.
Why do you think his cinema it's well liked all over the world? For example, in Mexico, even that they're so British.
I think there's something there. You know, as you would hope from anybody who wants to, you know, create any sort of art. You know, you hope that they have a vision and a voice that's unique and singular. And I think that Guy is wildly original in the way he wants to tell stories and the ideas he has. And I think he's he's sort of delicious ability to write dialogue and colorful characters, and I just think that storytelling, when it's done well in an original way, is universal. You know, you don't have to be English to appreciate Guy's sense of humor. I think it translates, you know, globally, obviously, because he's successful all over the world.
What was your impression when you read the script for the first time?
I thought, I can't do that, and I told Guy that, and he said, no, I reckon you could. And I went through a big internal debate, and in the end, I auditioned myself on my iPhone. I did my.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
that's great.
I did some tapes of me trying to be that character, and I thought that's pretty shit. And then, in a drunk moment, I sent him a couple. Said, "That's shit, isn't it?" And he said, "No, I think that could work."
Wow! What a great idea.
Who's Fletcher? Because he's a very charismatic guy, you know. Well liked on the story, even that he's involved in this risky business and personal interests. No, how can you describe him?
Oh, he's a private detective, very sleazy, very self-centered, who works for whoever will pay him the most, and it's sometimes gangsters, sometimes it's big tabloid newspapers. He couldn't be more repulsive as a human being.
But you made it differently. It's, I think, one of the most liked characters. You have to see the film completely. How different was this movie for you, comparing King Arthur, for example, working with Guy?
I thought the process was actually very, very similar to the two. It's it's always fun to just be around Guy as a human. So I like him immensely, and the process was fairly similar. I liked this character a lot. I thought it was. He's sort of, when I was reading the script, I thought there was a lot of opportunity to pivot and surprise the audience with his behavior. He seems quite reserved until the shit hits the fan, and then he pulls out the bone saw. And I thought that was just kind of like a nice, dichotomy to be able to play within.
Really well done, guys. Have a
thank
great
you.
time
Thanks,
seeing
Oscar.
this movie. Thank you much.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.